This is the plaintiff, Josephine Goldman. She says she hired the defendant to redo the roof and siding on her home. And after he completed the job, she noticed her skylight was now leaking. The defendant ignored her pleas for help correcting the problem. It got worse and worse over time, and now she's out all sorts of money. Is suing for $2,783.50 for the money it'll cost her to replace her carpeting and repair the roof. This is the defendant, Michael Stern. He says it's been 2 years since he worked on the plaintiff's house, and anything could have happened to her skylight during that time. It's funny because all these problems began right after he informed her he wouldn't be doing any more work for her in the future. The defendant says the woman's a bit difficult to deal with, and he simply doesn't need the aggravation. He's accused of taking a leak for granted.
Thank you, Douglas. Josephine Goldman.
Yes,
you are
Your Honor.
suing. You are suing Mr. Stern. You've asked us not to mention the company name. You're suing actually his construction company for $2,783.50 that you say he owes you for his faulty workmanship, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Tell me what happened.
I did hire Michael Stern June 10th, 2010 to do a new roof and new siding on my home. I have here the original contract and his business card that I would like to submit.
How much did he charge you?
$14,800 for the completed job.
Okay, and what happened?
Well, that September, we noticed that one of the roof peaks was not completed. So and also we noticed a leak in the skylight.
Okay,
so
the leak had just happened, so I know why you didn't notice before, but how did you not notice the lack of completion on one of the roof peaks?
You have to, the way the roof is set up, you have to kind of stand to the side and look up.
Okay.
I would like to submit to the court pictures of the unfinished roof, the leaky skylight, the buckets that I had to keep in the den, and the damaged rug.
Okay, but when you notice the leak to this, go ahead and hand the pictures over to you. When you notice the leak to the skylight in September, what do?
I called Michael Stern repeatedly to please come over and remedy the problems, complete the work, and he basically strung me along. He told me what I wanted and needed to hear, and I felt he bullied me. For example, I had a very important appointment at Memorial Sloan Kettering, and that was an appointment date that Michael made with me. I told him the ramifications of me rescheduling this appointment. You have to set yourself up mentally when you go to Sloan, and
why would you reset the appointment over a contract?
You know, it was such a last-ditch effort that I really wanted to conclude this entire situation. And I said, Michael, you've got to show up. Well, that day, no call, no show. I called him. He said he was tired.
And this was how long after the initial repair?
This was in about November of 2010.
And he had done the repairs in June?
He never did any repairs.
No, I mean, he had done the work in June?
That is correct.
Okay.
And he completed it.
When did you get the skylight fixed?
Okay. So what happened was, you know, we kind of like, the weather got bad. My husband took over at that point because Michael and I, our relationship had totally deteriorated. And my husband was calling Michael and never returned the calls. In the meantime, from the pictures, you could see the skylight is leaking. However, the weather really prevented realistically anyone.
I'm sorry, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
How in the pictures am I going to see the skylight leaking? What I see is a picture that you took of some stains on the rug, but how do I see the skylight leaking in the picture?
Okay, on the back of the picture, I do have explanations, and in magic marker, I have where the bucket had to be. I also do have pictures of the skylight being repaired.
Do you have them there?
Yes.
Okay, I can't see them there. Hand them to my bailiff.
So at this time, I'd like to submit the finished work.
When did you hire somebody to fix the skylight?
August 24th of 2011.
So you waited a year, oh, I'm sorry, you waited, a year
Yeah, it
almost
was a year.
to fix the skylight?
And
let it drip on the rug for a year?
Well, weather didn't permit, someone going up there.
In a year?
Well, yeah.
That's not true.
It's not true?
No, of course it's not true. In a whole year, I have 4 seasons in a year.
I do have text messages between Michael and I showing me asking him to please come make these corrections.
Okay.
So
let me see the text messages. And these pictures are, what is it you're showing me in these pictures?
That's the uncompleted work.
Okay, how so? Because this part's white? Is that what you mean?
No, I have more pictures if you would like them.
Well, I like the ones that show me what you're saying, because I need to understand what you're saying. What is it you're saying? That inside there, there was no roof?
Correct.
Okay, do you have better pictures that are close up? Okay.
Yes. This is
What's going on, Mr. Stern? She says that you didn't complete the work in a workmanlike fashion, that she had to pay to fix the skylight, she had to pay to finish the roof, and that it ended up destroying her carpet.
I did the job, okay? In the middle of the job, she wanted to do a window, okay? Previous to the job, she wanted to put a window in the front, a fixed bay window, okay? Now, she decided against it. 3/4 of the way through the job, she decided she wanted to put a bay window in, okay? Now, I'm not going to stop a job in the middle of at the end of a job to order a window that's 3 weeks off, okay, and wait 3 weeks to get paid to finish the job. So we discussed that we would come back at a later date, and I would take a look, and I would give her another estimate to do the window. I believe I gave him a price. It was a high price. She didn't want to do it. And then it was a back and forth thing for a little bit of time back then, and I guess that kind of passed, okay? Now, she had called me after that a few months after the job and said she had a leaky skylight and a piece of siding had fallen off the house. I fixed the skylight, or my guy fixed the skylight.
So you did come back to fix the skylight when?
And hung a piece of siding.
When?
It was a few months after we did the job.
Okay, do you have any paperwork on that?
No, I do not.
Why?
I don't
It's only
have-
like a year and a half ago, a year and a half.
Yeah, I don't have any paperwork.
How do you not have paper from a year and a half ago? Don't you worry the IRS might knock on your door? You have to keep that stuff.
I don't do paperwork on something when I go back for it.
Okay.
It's just a word of, if I tell her I'm coming back, I'm going to come back to do it. So I came back and I did it. It was taken care of. My guy was there. Nobody noticed anything. I know when
Nobody noticed anything about what?
Like the siding missing on the top of the house.
Okay.
Now,
But she does have a picture of it. It looks like it was missing.
Okay. When we finish a job, I walk the house with
Now, when
my
we say the
customers.
side, we keep calling it the siding. I kept thinking it was the side of a house.
No, siding. It's a siding. Regular siding.
It's the side of a gable on the roof.
Side of a gable on the roof.
So that siding is supposed to be what that it's not?
It's like a fiberglass siding is what it is.
Okay.
Instead of a horizontal siding, it's a cedar impression siding.
Did you ever take care of that?
No.
You paid somebody else to take care of that.
That is-
That's where you spent the $500?
That is correct, Your
All right.
Honor.
Now, according to you, you came back and you made a repair in the skylight. According to you, he never came back a few months later to make a repair?
No.
According to you, you tried reaching out to him in June of 2011 several times, it appears from these texts. And you're being really, really sweet the way a person is when they're begging their contractor to actually show up, which I've been there. And may I just say, I come from a family of contractors. En casa herrero, cuchillo de palo. The cobbler's son has no shoes. And so I know that kind of begging. You're really thinking, I can't believe I can't get this guy to show up and do this, but you're like really sweet and hey, you're the best, come on. And then he's not showing up because you're clearly saying you didn't show, hey, did you get a chance to come? Nah, didn't make it. I see that, all right? So he doesn't come, so then you end up hiring somebody else in September, all right? But are you telling me that for a year and a half you let the rug, because the major part of your lawsuit is $2,000 for a new carpet. What you've done is show me a photograph of a carpet with some stains on it. Are you telling me that that's not something that can be shampooed out? And are you telling me that you let it rain on your carpet for a year and a half?
I tried getting in touch with Mike all through the winter.
Okay, I want you to listen to me. You keep saying that, but according to you, you notice a few months after the job that there's a leak. Mm-hmm. And when I ask you when you repaired it, you tell me a year later.
Yes.
So, okay. So for 1 year, what were you doing to try to mitigate your damages on this carpet so that it wouldn't end up being ruined?
Putting buckets underneath.
For a year. Because the weather didn't permit you to actually get that thing repaired.
Right.
Okay, that doesn't sound believable, I have to tell you.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Why are contractors, as a group, why are they so unreliable? Where they don't show up when they say they're going to show up?
Too many irons in the fire. Too many jobs going on at the same time.
Okay, you know, I get it, but so a lot of people have a lot of jobs. Why them?
There's too many contractors and too much stuff going on. It's
They're just that busy. They're building. What do you think?
well, I don't know really, but I think they are busy.
They're busy. But there's a lot of excuses here going inside the courtroom.
Now, what do you say is the problem when you guys actually, you admit that you guys left some siding that was undone, so the roof had to be repaired, and you admit that she did call you a few months later, but you say, I did come out and fix it, Judge, and then I heard nothing from her. So why do you suppose that a year and a half later she wants to sue you?
Let me explain what happened, okay? Now, texts you can first of all erase. So the one that she texted me at 1:30
Why
in
don't you
the
show me
morning.
your text?
I don't have my text
Oh,
with
okay.
me. But
You
at
can also keep them.
I know.
Okay.
At 1:30 in the morning, I was texted asking me if I was coming in the next day to do the estimate for the
1:30 in the
window,
morning?
yes. It wasn't like it was a hate relationship, but it was just persistent. And I said at one point, you make me uncomfortable. I don't want to do any more work for you. Okay. Then I got a.
When did you say that?
After
What month and year did you say? Do you remember more or less?
Sometimes it was after I replaced after I fixed the first leak on the skylight.
Okay, so it was sometime after, a few months after the
Yes. So I said that, and then I got from her, well, if you're not going to work for us anymore, I want you to come to my house and tell us to our face. That's what I heard, okay? I'm under oath. I'm telling you this is what happened.
Okay, but you're not her boyfriend, so you really don't have to
Exactly.
do that.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't work
All right,
like
but
that.
then a year later, she's contacting you about
Again,
checking on.
Correct. And then persistent. I'm busy. And she did say to me, this is my last effort to make an effort. It was her last try getting me to come back to finish up what was there. And then I didn't hear from her, and then I got the letter in the mail for small claims court.
Was that a surprise or not? Not really.
Like I said, I never had a complaint with anybody. I take care of my
Well, you got to
business
complain
well.
now. When you go
leave-
big. You paid somebody $500 to take care of the siding part of the roof that was missing and to take care of the leak. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What evidence do you have that the stains that I see on the carpet cannot just be steam cleaned?
Well, I have 3 character witnesses, notarized statements as to my personality trait.
I know one of them is your son, who says that when you buy something, you believe it should last a lifetime. Which is sort of cute. She believes it's a one-time, like when she buys a car or a house, she believes it's a one-time investment. All right, but I'm sure you have a fine character, but I need evidence of what it is you're demanding. You're demanding $2,000 for a carpet. I need to know that the carpet needs replacing as opposed to cleaning, because cleaning's $50. And I need to also feel that the cleaning is his fault because of a leak that he didn't tend to. When I know, according to your testimony, what you're telling me is it starts leaking in September of 2010, he never comes, and I don't get it fixed until August of 2011. So that's like putting your baby underneath the leak and your baby drowns and saying, you killed my baby. No, do something to fix things,
Your Honor.
I mean, and it doesn't sound like you did, or it got fixed in September, and maybe it started leaking again in August. I don't know which of those it is, but I don't believe that you've proven to me the carpet issue. The $500 to the roof and the skylight I find in favor of the plaintiff, and I rule in your favor in the amount of $500.
Well, she didn't get everything she sued for, but the defendant does lose this case. Come on out here. What do you think when the judge ruled?
I guess it's a fair ruling. You can't prove anything. It was leaking. The carpet definitely could have been leaking before. That's why we fix roofs.
Well, I mean, she didn't get the damages on the carpet, but she did get for the leaking skylight. That's your.
Well, we took care
Bad.
of one, and you know what? It is what it is with things. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What about her made you uncomfortable? You said she made you uncomfortable. What?
Persistence. Texting me 1:30 in the morning, asking to come in and do an estimate.
All right. Right down this way. 1:30 in the morning. Okay. Step on in here. You're texting him at 1:30 a.m.?
That was at the end when there was a total breakdown. I did it once, trying to see when he could possibly get back to me.
1:30, that's an odd time to be texting the guy.
It was a single text.
Right.
And, I'm glad to put this behind me, but it would have been nice if I was able to explain a little bit more about the carpet damage and why I waited.
No, you didn't get that.
No, I didn't.
Harvey?
So you have a duty to mitigate damages, which basically means minimize your damages. You can't sit on your hands and watch damages pile up. You have a legal obligation, even if you're the victim of somebody's negligence or breach of contract, you have a duty to be prudent and try and cap your damages. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.